Hi, I'm Donna Nebistinsky, the pastoral assistant here at St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Parish. I wanted to start off this little reflection, this little piece of education about family consecration by talking about a Christmas gift I received about 2 years ago. It was one of those DNA test kits, the one where you provide a little saliva sample and you send it off in the mail and you get back all kinds of results about your ethnicity and your ancestry. Well, I had already had an account with Ancestry.com and had been playing around with that, so this extra little added piece was really intriguing to me. I found out that I was able to trace back quite a number of generations. And some of you may know that I am not a cradle Catholic. I am a convert to Catholicism. And so it was really exciting for me to find out that about 7 or 8 greats back, I found one relative from Germany who was Catholic. And so I'm hoping to eventually be able to look into that a little bit more. And I haven't been able to give it the time I wanted to. But those ancestors, those family members that I did find, those pieces of my family tree, did help me see that all of those branches were unique. But in some way, a lot of them were damaged. They were broken. There was tragic or early death and loss. There were financial struggles. There were quite a lot of hardships that those people lived through. And it was evident in the documents that I was able to find and those pieces of information that I was able to find about many of them because of using this kit. I also was able to, because I did the DNA match, was able to find current people who are maybe 3 or 4 cousins later related to me. But it was also interesting to connect with some of those people and find out some of our common interests and common experiences. Again, connecting with a larger family. Now, some of us have had an opportunity to spend some recent holiday time sharing traditions and just a lot of blessing with family members. And unfortunately, in this current situation, a lot of us have not had that opportunity. But the most recent celebration of Christmas, where most of these traditions and special family events are found, shows us very clearly that God decided that it was so important for him to enter into human history as part of a family. We've just celebrated the birth of the babe in Bethlehem, the part of the Holy Family that makes it so holy. And it allows us, even when we weren't able to celebrate and be with those people that we normally would have been, it allows us to see the beautiful, beautiful nature of our own family in that celebration of Christmas, in looking at the reflection of God in the face of a babe in the manger. The Holy Family is the greatest example and model for all human families. The Holy Family, just like yours, just like mine, knew and experienced hardship. They had struggles. They were fearful. But yet through it all, they remained steadfast in their faith, and they kept steadfast in their trust in God. We know that. We know that they taught Jesus what he needed to know, what he needed to believe. He gave him those foundations so that he eventually could go on to redeem the world. Now, what better way to attain holiness than through a family? Our families are called to be domestic churches. They are domestic churches. It is where we begin that faith foundation for our children and for ourselves. We truly are a church, a domestic church. Each and every one of us, to some degree, is a product of our own families, whether we like it or not, whether it's positive or not. But it's all grounded. That foundation is given to us. And what better way to provide that foundation for ourselves to embrace more fully and for our children to cling to as they grow up than to provide that foundation of faith, that steadfast trust, that steadfast faith in God. The model of the Holy Family and family consecration is what we are going to take a closer look at the rest of this month so that we can participate in that consecration as a parish family, no matter the size of your physical family. Consecration is something that brings our Catholic faith to life. It helps us to draw closer and draw more deeply into the life of Christ as found within the Church. It gives us those special blessings and those special strengths that we need to carry on in this crazy time we find ourselves in right now. So I ask that you be open to considering joining us at the end of this month. Each week, as I mentioned before, we'll be providing some more information and some more background, and there'll be lots of other resources that will help you to better understand what it is that a consecration truly means. A consecration means just setting ourselves apart, renewing our baptismal consecration, renewing those baptismal promises to lead a life led by Christ, to fully be one with Him in the Christian Catholic faith. Pray for me. I pray for you. And blessings from St. Elizabeth Ann Seton.